Hello guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Ivy K Brown and this is Ivy Living. So guys, as you can see from our topic today, I'll be talking about how you can deal with the toxic work environment. Okay, a lot of Africans come to the United Kingdom and they find it very unbearable working with a lot of folks in the UK. All right, this is because our culture is quite different. And the workplace, the work environment is really different from my example Nigeria, because I'm Nigerian, from Nigeria to the UK. Okay, so luckily for me right now I have like very good work environments. My teammates are perfect, well, almost perfect, like they're very good, so I don't have that toxicity around me. I really enjoy my job and everything, but I've been in a situation where it was quite toxic, and it wasn't toxic to me because I called the BS. I'm very good at calling BS, but I saw how it was toxic for a lot of other immigrants, even those that were not even of African descent. Okay guys, so in this video, I'll be looking at my notes and I'll be telling you different ways you can cope with it and what you can do. All right, what you can do and how you can like help yourself be less stressed about that work environment. Okay, so let's get right into the video. So the first thing is actually recognizing toxicity. Okay, a lot of times you might not be aware of like microaggressions and things like that. I'm one of the people who I have like a very high threshold for BS, really, because you do it and I'm like, water over a dog, I don't care, I just do my job and I move on. Okay, but I love people who get bothered, who are warriors, who overthink, who go home and they'll think about it, they'll ponder. I'm sort of person like I leave the job at the door. Once I get out of there, it's out of my head. But now you have to learn how to recognize toxicity. You have to learn when something is because of you. Okay, when someone behaves a certain way just because of you, not they don't behave the same way to every other person. You have to be able to recognize that, oh, this is actually toxic, this is actually bad for my mental health, oh, this worries me, this bothers me. If it doesn't bother you, move on, enjoy your life, do your job. Okay, but if there's something that bothers you, then you have to realize and sit down and think about it. Why does it bother you? Is it because it's just you? Is it person the same way with everybody? Does this particular thing happen to everybody, or do you feel like it's just you and a certain set of people is happening to? So when you're able to recognize toxicity, then you'll be able to know what to do, to how to approach it. Okay, so that's my first point. Right, so the second point is document everything. Okay guys, in this country you have to learn to document. If you don't take anything at face value, don't go and discuss this stuff by mouth. Even when you have a discussion with like your line manager or something, they should send you a report so that you can say, oh yes, this is what actually happened, just so that you have things on file. Okay, you have the things are being done the right way. Okay, so you have to make sure that everything is being documented, and then don't take anything as face value. So I'll give an instance. There was once when I was still in care, well, and then somebody came to me and asked me, oh, has certain person received a med? I'm like, I don't know, because I was on one-on-one that evening. I was not on the floor, so I'm not aware of that. Okay, and that was that. Anyway, it turns out they had missed the medication for a certain person, and then, well, that's fine. It's not my business, right? I was not on the floor. I was on one-on-one, so not my business, right? Well, tell me why the next day I came to work and then I was receiving like a medicine error incident report to fill. Now, ordinarily, you would like, okay, fill it and write your own part of the story and blah, 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 blah. But I was like, no, I'm not filling that form because it has nothing to do with me. There's no reason why I should be filling that form. I was not on meds. I was not on the floor. So why am I filling the form? I refuse to fill that form. I sent it back to the manager. I told them I'm not filling it because it has nothing to do with me. I'm not going to have that in my file when it had really, literally had nothing to do with me. Okay, so you have to learn to stand up for yourself and learn to document stuff. Okay, so when someone says something to you, you need to document it. I'll give another example. Okay, this job I got now, I work in a financial institution, and then I told one of my team leaders, I'll be sending your details. Okay, ordinarily I would have just sent his details. I'm like, oh, you are really charming, but no, for some reason God just said, I sent him a message. I'm like, please, I'm going to send your details to this certain organization for you to give me a reference. Do you know, when it was time for him to give me that reference, he didn't give me the reference, and then he now came out like, oh, I didn't inform him. I should have not given out his detail without informing him. I went straight to the manager. I was like, I did inform him. I showed them the message. I showed them the date. When was the date you got that email and everything? Because he was just being very shady. And I was like, I did inform you. And I was glad I had the text message. I was glad it was not just like a phone call. Because ordinarily I'd have told him on the floor. I'm like, oh, see, this is what's going to happen. Please look out your email. But I went home and I sent him a text message. I was so pleased I did. And I was like, why? I was like, why? Why would you say I did? And then it was not obvious. Like, okay. So it was not like, he's not the right person to give me. I'm like, no, you've given me reference before, but for whatever reason you said not to, then why were you now saying, and then you're now trying to turn it into a GDR thing by telling me, oh, I gave out your details without informing you. I'm like, no, I didn't. I sent, and I was so pleased because ordinarily, I saw him on the floor that day. I'm like, oh, I'll tell him. I was like, but I didn't. I went home and then I sent him a text message. That's what saved me, because in the end, it would have turned out to be something else. But so you have to make sure that you document things. Even if you talk to this person on the phone, when you hang up, put it back in text message and send it to them, just so that you can cover yourself. Because believe me, a lot of people will throw you under the bus. A lot of people will just like take whatever it is you said and then go and do something else. Okay? So you need to learn to have a paper trail. It is very, very important, guys. Okay? Right. So another thing, that's the third point, is seek support and allies. Okay? So you can't be black and then in your workplace you're like, I don't hang out with black people. Believe me, I've heard that from people. I don't hang out with my fellow Nigerians, so I don't. When Bege go boss, that's when you will know that you need people that are of the same cultural background with you. When trouble happens, because a lot of people are very eye service and they're like, fine. I'm not saying you have to have best friends. What I'm saying is you have to have allies in your workplace. People that you can actually go and talk to and say, see wetin dey happen. Now like this is supposed to be. Wetin I supposed to see wetin dey happen. You know, if you don't have that, unfortunately, there's a problem. Because then you're really and truly on your own. Okay? Apart from the fact that you have to join a union, you need allies in your workplace. Okay? It doesn't have to be a black person. It doesn't have to be a Nigerian. All right? Let it just be someone that's of like mind to you. Someone you can help out. Someone you look forward to. Like, when I was back there, I'm like, I look forward to setting people on shift. And even though I realized in the end, they started making sure we're not on shift together. But just have that person. Have that person that you can go and meet. Utilize it. Utilize employee resources. Like my organization right now, I can actually just search Nigerian names and I'll see all those Nigerians that are like, and I'm like, if I need help, I can go to them. I'm like, please, help me. Is this how this is happening? What am I supposed to do in this sort of situation? So you need to be able to do that. It's very, very important. Okay, guys, find the right allies. Right. So the next point is set boundaries. Guys, don't go home and be working. You can't be at home and they're calling you. No. Set your boundaries. Your home should be your safe space. If you know that there's an individual that's toxic, you don't have to talk to the person. If the person needs to communicate with you, they should send you an email or whatever. Just for your mental health. Prioritize self-care. Prioritize self-care. Okay, guys? So that means making sure that whatever it is that you know that, this person has a toxic trait that irks me, then I take myself away from that person's line of fire. All right. Or if I need to have, maybe it's your line manager, for instance, that's supposed to be helping you, but you find out that the line manager is a person that's even toxic, then you have the right to say, oh, I would like someone else to sit in on this meeting. There's a problem. Oh, I would like someone else to sit in on this meeting with us. I would like someone else to, you have that right. Prioritize it. Prioritize it. Make use of that boundary. Like, oh, okay, I'm off, I'm on annual leave right now. Don't send me any messages, please, and they won't send you. But if you don't tell them that, they will keep sending you messages. Be like, oh, I'm on annual leave. Please, if I better still, when you're on annual leave, if you have a work phone, switch it off. If you have a work phone, switch it off. Don't check the emails. Rest. Prioritize personal time. Prioritize family time and self-care. Okay, guys. Right, so the next one is going to be communicate professionally. Okay, communicate professionally. Now there's an incident at work, you need to learn to remain calm. You need to put your points through. If you're a kind of person that gets aggravated and your voice is raised, we now, our voice is naturally loud, and they'll be like, oh, you're so assertive. Oh, that's even way they're trying to be nice. Or they'll be like, oh, you're this. Oh, you're loud. Oh, you're blah, 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 blah. Send a text. Send an email. Okay? If you need, you feel like, oh, you have certain points you need to pass across, put it down on your notes. So when you go for that meeting, or when you have that interaction with that person, you're saying things that you need to say. You're not just going, when you're upset, you just be going around the bush, and then you're not the main thing. Now when you don't go out, you call the team, say, I was supposed to say this, so I didn't say it. Take notes. Write down notes of, things you need, that, at this meeting, this is what I need to say. These are the points I need to make. This is what happened. Write it down. Communicate it professionally. Okay? Be calm. Be calm. Try and be calm. Remain calm. If you can't be calm, tell them at this point, I'm not calm. Can I go, and then we can revisit this later? Just so that they won't say because your voice is loud, you are the one at fault. Because your voice is loud, and then maybe one person starts crying, or one person is talking so calmly and demurely, but you're there shouting, you're annoyed. Hey, if once anybody sees that from a distance, you are the aggressor. That's what they will think. You are the aggressor, even when you're not. So you need to be calm. You need to learn to be calm. If you can't be calm, then please, email is your best friend. Send emails, send text messages, take your time on your phone and make notes. You don't have to do it right now, okay? Do the way you say, oh, okay, that's fine. Oh, can we come back to this later on? And then you can now come back later when you're calm, when you can put your thoughts in line and then be able to give them the right information, okay? So the way we communicate is very, very important, okay, guys? Right, so the next one I take very personal. Know your rights, guys. So if you don't know, back home in Nigeria, I'm a lawyer. Yep. So I love my rights. I love knowing what's right. I love knowing what the labor rules are. Okay. And now we are even in a labor government. Guys, you need to know what your rights are. You need to know what is available for you. What is available? What does your contract say? How many hours are you supposed to work in a week? And then if you have the right to say no, just because if you don't know your rights, then anything goes. People will take you for granted. But when you speak to people and they know that, this person knows what they're talking about, you receive less BS. Really, you receive less BS because they know that they can't throw one past you. But when it's now a situation where it's like, okay, they tell you something, you're like, you can't even verify it. Learn to verify information. You can't verify if that's true. You can't, then anything goes. Okay? So, as much as possible, read up, know what your labor rights are, read on your contract. What does your contract say? What does your employee handbook say? What is your company's rules about certain things, and make sure you follow it. And then also, when you know that the rule says don't do something, don't be pressured into doing it. So if for instance you're in care, the rule says this person is a double, don't be pressured to do it by yourself. If they say, we are Shasta, no, sit down, wait until the second person comes before you go and do it. Because anything happens, you'll be thrown under the bus, babes. Guys, you'll be thrown under the bus. Nobody will say, it's me that told her to do it. No. No, because they verbally told you to do it, but then you know better. What does your rule say? This person is a double, so why were you trying to hoist him by yourself? Okay? So even though you say, oh, okay, and that's how we do it for you. No. When problem happen, now you go no say you do on your. Now you go no say you do on your own. So you need to learn. You need to learn to stand up for yourself. If something is not supposed to be done that way, don't do it. Even if everybody else is doing it that way, they can get away with it. The day when you go do your own, no problem good day. That's when someone walking and be like, oh, and then they'll snitch on you. The people they do them too, but at them go still go snitch on you. So please follow the rules. Follow the rules. When you tell them that, oh no, this person is a double, I'm not doing it on my own, they will say okay. And another person will automatically show up. You will be surprised where the person will come out from. So guys, stick to the rule. So the next thing I'm going to talk about is consider your options, guys. Plan an exit strategy. Think, is this job worth it? I know a lot of people are on COS, and so that's why they'll be like, okay, but even at COS, you can still change COS, right? If you don't too much, plan how to move. Search for other jobs that has COS that can give you while you still have this one. Okay, you need to be strategic. Strategize. Seek career growth. Now you came into the country as a carer. You don't have to remain a carer forever. You have to seek career growth. Look for, in that organization, they will be posting other job openings. Go and do the courses that will make you so you can climb up the ladder and go into management if that's what you want. Okay, you came into this country, you're not say, oh, you don't align yourself to that, oh, okay, people have been in care for 55 years, because some people have been in care in this country for 20 years, but that's not who you are, right? Then don't be that person. Strategize. Think, what do I need to do? Do I need to go to another NHS trust? Oh, is it better here? Oh, if you feel like, oh, it's not good for your mental health, then you need to plan, you need to strategize, you need to seek professional growth. Okay, what do you intend to do after now? Okay, and as you're doing this, also keep an eye out for other immigrants with you. Keep an eye out for other people. That's like when I said allies, they are not just going to help you. You have to also be helping your allies. Okay, when you see something that is, oh, okay, let's do this course together. Oh, can we go and register for this in community college or something like that? Okay, very, very important, guys. Right, so my last point is maintain perspective. It's very good. Sometimes you'll be wrong. If you're wrong, then you're wrong. Okay, don't always try to play the race card. All right, sometimes it is racism, but if it's not, then it's not. If you're wrong, then own up and then look for how you can mend fences and look for how you can grow professionally. All right, but learn to have perspective. When you go home, sit down, think, okay, I should have done this better. Oh, I should have done that better. So that you can also not be the person that is toxic in the workplace. Because yes, you can be the one that is toxic in the workplace. You need to have perspective. Learn, maintain how to be mindful, how to be demure. Okay, guys. So it's very important that you're not also the person that other people are running away from because you're toxic. Maybe your mouth too sharp. Or, oh, you're too, please. Don't be cutting corners. If you're the one that is always cutting corners, people will be like, you now they're going to go, oh, I have to stay away from Ivy this shift. Oh, why do I have a shift with Ivy? No, we don't need that. Okay? So you too, so you know that your conscience is clear, then you're fine. All right? I hope you've enjoyed this video, guys. If I gave you good content, please click on the like button, subscribe to my small channel so that we can grow. Okay, guys, I plan to keep giving you guys good content back to back. So see you in the next video. Bye.